Greetings everybody, this is Red on VFR, and obviously I am not quite on VFR, I'm by the VFR. In this episode I will be attempting to do the biggest job of them all that I've done on this bike. And I've been postponing to do this job for about a year. And today I will be trying to attempt it. So I'm pretty sure this episode will be very long. So my job is to install a center stand on this bike. But before that, let me tell you about the little giveaway that I'm trying to promote. So you can get one of these keychains or key tags with the names of all the gears, obviously, or the digits for all the gears on the motorcycle. You can get one of these by simply making or taking a screenshot of your screen with my channel on it, whether you're on a cell phone or on a computer. You will be entered in giveaway of one of the 5 of those keychains. So the winner, as I said on my Instagram page, will be selected at random. So make sure you enter and get a chance to receive one of these. They're pretty nice. Let's continue with the job. Unfortunately for this job, I will have to be removing the whole side fairing along with the bottom fairing, because according to the manual for the installation of this center stand, I will have to drop the exhaust. Never done this, but it shouldn't be too bad. So everything should be accessible, and I have pretty much all the tools that I need. So let's do that. If you're familiar with this Honda VFR RC79, you can tell that this is not the correct bolt. They should be the plastic ones. But since a while back I broke all of them, I decided to change all of them as well. So I'm using just regular small size bolts and nuts to hold the lower fairing together, and it works just fine. You might be able to see what it is to have, or how it is to have a motorcycle with fairings. All them fairings collect all the rocks and pebbles. Yeah, that's always fun. Actually, there is even glass. Wow. Let's see if I'm able to take out the whole fairing without damaging it. Get up here. There it is. The fairing is out. And look how ugly Honda VFR 800 looks inside. And I love how Honda says themselves the engine size is 781 cubic centimeters. It's even written on the side. Actually, I'm looking for the bolt or the nut to adjust the idle speed. I might actually be able to do it as well, but I don't see it quite yet. I think it should be on the right side. I'll figure it out later, I suppose. Alright, as you can tell, both sides of the fairings are removed. The bike is looking pretty ugly. Well, it wasn't made to be a naked bike in the first place, but now I will have to be fiddling with the exhaust, which I have no idea. Oh, I see where it goes. Okay, shouldn't be too bad, but we'll see how that goes. Well, naturally, first of all, I want to see where it's going to be sitting. By the way, before I continue, so this center stand was shipped to me from eBay. It wasn't the best of the conditions, so I had to paint it, so now it looks fresh and pretty much new. So I had to sand it a little bit too. So, and the company, apparently that was the company, that was not the individual who sent it to me. They sent a little truck to me as well. Why? I do see that guy. That's exactly the bracket for the center stand. This contraption, this bracket, this side of the bracket should be empty too, but apparently they did include something. I might be able to use that as well. Wow. Yeah. That's interesting. There's a washer, and there's a flange. Yep, and there's thread locker. See that blue stuff? See that? See what's going on? See what the hell? Why would they thread lock it if I don't have a center stand yet? In any case, that's my center stand. Oops. Sorry, cat. So, and this is how it's supposed to be sitting. I'm not sure why I should be taking the cat out. I suppose we'll see. We'll see. I'll be following the manual. Alright, these are the parts that you're gonna need for the job. And the manual that I downloaded. I don't remember where exactly. Actually, you can see the highlights is what exactly you need for the installation. So that comes separate from whatever. So every single part I purchased separately in that center stand, actually right here. So that will be the part number for the center stand itself. It's not for the whole assembly. I'm not sure why Honda does it, but I wasn't able to find this as a kit. Maybe there is one, and if I'm not mistaken, there is one in Europe, but not here in the United States. And again, if I'm not mistaken, you cannot source the one from Europe. That's a big problem. And if you could, you would be paying premium for the shipping. So I did my research, and these are the parts that you're gonna need. You can absolutely pause this video, or you can head to my Instagram page, Redland VFR, and get the same part number list and how much I spent and where I bought it, or where I bought all of those parts and the center stand. But as I said, I bought the center stand on eBay, used. But anyway, let's follow the manual and see if I can install this contraption. First thing first is your manual. Make sure you have all the parts needed, as it is written here. See, and that's the problem. That's the manual. That's the parts, and that's only the part for the main stand for this metal piece. And there is no part numbers for the rest of the pieces. That's the problem. But in any way, so you will first have to disassemble the bike. So get all the clips and bolts that we took out already prior. I did this. I removed the lower one. I removed those. See those? Those little plastic clips, whatever you want to call them. They used to be installed on the bottom. I'm using the metal one because, or all of it. 4 of them actually. So I broke probably 2, and I decided to replace them all so that they'll last longer, obviously. So separate that, which I did. Remove stuff from the front, which I did. You will need to remove the front bracket, which is okay. I didn't do that yet, but it's not attached to anything. It's just actually hanging around. Should probably pull it in. Done. Okay. Done. All right. Check. All right, this one. So remove that guy. Let's see. Remove the upper part. Remove. Oh, that's just a lot of removing, and it doesn't take that long. Interesting. It says radiator. Remove the clip from... okay, to do what? Okay, that bolt is actually making radiator swing a little bit. It's useful when you change oil on the VFR, but I'll show that to you. Alright, remove the bolt as shown. Okay, 15. Remove that on the bottom. Wait, are we taking the radiator out? Disconnect stuff. Motorcycle pin waterproof connector. Dummy connector. Okay. Remove the bolt washer and collar as shown. So that manual does confirm that the Honda, that is the base model. Yeah, if you're actually from the Great Britain or the rest of the Europe, you get the deluxe model, and actually it's just called VFR. Here in the United States, we get two models, the base model and the deluxe model. So the deluxe model is what you have, and the base model doesn't have the traction control, heated grips, self-canceling turn signals, center stand, and something else which I forget, but I'm sure you'll remind me. So for us Americans here, I'm cheapskate, you know. I would rather install this myself because comparing to the deluxe, base model was $3,000 cheaper. All right, what's that? Oh, I actually don't have that guy. I might have that guy on my exhaust, so it actually goes here. So it's the stopper, so that center stand doesn't hit the exhaust when it's folded. Yeah, this is how you install it. You put it here. We'll see. I might actually have it on my stock exhaust. And this is where you have to undo. There's the oil filter right there. You have to undo. That's the front. Oh, jeez. I don't want to do that. Same thing here. You have to undo one bolt here and the muffler clamp. It's actually not the muffler, it's the catalytic converter. The muffler is here. So basically 4 nuts here and 1 bolt in a nut here. And this one I don't have it because I don't have a stock exhaust, so this is not relevant to me. That's the bolt that holds your stock exhaust to your passenger foot peg. So far so good, I'm assuming. Oh geez, you have to remove a foot peg, right main step. So you have to remove that contraption. I mean, it's not complicated. There's nothing to it. It's just that guy, that stop, or that how do you even call it? Jeez, that foot brake stays, but the bracket goes. I'm not sure if I have to take out the exhaust on the back as well. But in any case, we'll continue. We'll do that. Right inner cover. I have no idea. Oh no, this guy is actually this plastic that is behind. I mean, that's fine. So apparently we have to drop the exhaust from both sides. I mean, obviously, because the exhaust is just one system. Those pipes are not separated. It's only one pipe for this bike. So obviously you have to drop the exhaust, and it tells you how. But why would you need that? So you have to apply the grease, which I have. Apply the grease here. That must be where the spring will be attaching to. That's fine. So this is how you put it in. Okay. Yeah, but you still put... I still don't get it. Still don't get it. Collar. So that's the right side. Okay. Okay. right side, which is close to me, which is convenient. You have 10mm flange bolt. It would be nice if that was described, so that must be it. Tell me 10mm flange bolt. So that guy. I will need the washer, which is black, and that should go around this guy, and that must be Honda washer plain 10mm. So I'm guessing, so that fits the description. That would be this. So it goes into the center stand itself, washer white, rubber washer, and the collar. Let's see, the collar must be this, washer white, and that's not the spring. I think, yeah, but I had it somewhere. I think it's this guy. It's white. You can't really see it because it is kind of transparent in this white bag anyway. Right here, you can kind of barely see it. So that's there. And rubber washer. What is the rubber washer? Do I have it? Yep. It says Honda rubber main stand. So those are the right side parts. Okay, so you install it. Oh. And that's the left side. Okay, fair enough. Alright, let me actually crack on going and see how that all fits together. I got all the parts. Let's see, that's 909. Oh geez, I'm actually starting from page number 8. If I don't need to take out the exhaust, but we'll see. I might be needing to take that out. I'm not sure why I have to. Everything is kind of accessible. Maybe it won't be, but I suppose we can crack on going at the moment. So first thing first, center stand. I'll just lay it here, somewhere here. I'm gonna grab the grease. So for this application, I'll be using anti-seize copper compound, which is copper grease, also called. So it's a pretty good one. I already used it. And I won't be using any gloves, since I won't be greasing too much. So I'll be putting that stuff on a piece of towel, obviously paper towel. Well, first thing first, I might have actually needed the gloves because I'll be probably doing back and forth. So let's see if that is enough. Oops. Okay, that's greased up. Grease the other side. All right. That's actually a lot, but everything is greased up, and it's fine if you have some outside. Over time, it'll go away. It'll be washed off and it'll be removed because you're riding. Alright, so that must align with this. Okay. So I need to open all of those. Oh well, look at nice if I had. Oh no, actually, it's very thin plastic. Where are you? Oh, here we go. Couldn't even see it because it's so light. All right, that guy. That's the rubber washer. That's the collar. And it even says right, so that you know. Oh, this plastic is actually a lot better. Yeah. Here we go. The berth is given. That's the bigger washer. And it says plain. Kind of plain looking, yeah. Alright, and that's the bolt. 10mm bolt that will hold the right side together. And it is covered with a thread locker. So it already is pre-thread locked for your own convenience. So as per manual, I will need this. I will need the black washer on this side. I will need this guy, the collar, the white washer, so that be with the rubber, and the white washer that will be connecting or touching the center stand from the inside. Let's see how that. Okay, so that kind of doesn't make sense. Oh, that you have to do prior. So that is how that goes. It's not as installed, or it's not installed like this, but you have to pre-install it all here and then attach it. Okay, now it makes sense. Now it does. But that would be nice if I had another set of hands. Ah, I see. Okay, fair enough. Yep, Honda 1. Oops. I will have to take the exhaust out because I cannot get to that bolt because that piece of exhaust is on the way. I suppose the exhaust is out.
I'll take the rest.
Alright, exhaust from the front is removed. Well, undone. And is loose. Everything is fairly simple. Everything is undone with 10mm bolts. So is this one a 10? Let's see. That is not a 10. That could be 11mm. So at least something Honda may complicate it. Oh, that's tightened. Big time. So that's undone. That's the bolt that holds the catalytic converter. Alright. So that could be set aside. Now I have to undo the exhaust from the back. Which means, Honda, I'm saying, you did it again. You won. I have to undo the whole bracket and the plastic outside. Right there. That is hiding the back of the exhaust. That's it. Exhaust out. That took 5 minutes, or rather like 135 minutes. So everything is installed for the right side. The collar is aligned. There is a notch, so actually it aligns itself. So that is the notch right there. So and the collar installs itself just fine. If I can find the focus, here you go. And maybe if I can even brighten it a little bit. Yeah, good. So everything is installed on this side. But we're going to the left side. So for this I will need a special bolt. So I will not be reusing the old one because there is no thread locker. So that's the special bolt. It says Honda bolt special 10x47. Let's see. I will need a washer. It says reuse. Is it something that I had in the previous one? I might actually have it here, but that might not be the one. Actually, it might be the one. Could be the one. See, that's the problem. It doesn't have the part number or anything. and the color reuse. Actually, I won't be using that color again. I will be using the new one. So bolt is here, the washer is here, and this side is a spring washer, which is right here. It's a bit out of shape. It's not quite round. It's like sticking out, so it's not quite flat, and I'll show you what I mean by that. And the color itself, and the color is this guy. When I open it, you will see what it is. Right there. So for this, I will need 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. All right, let's go and install it. So, if you remember, I did remove. Oh, come on, everything is running away from me. I did remove this, which was installed already. That's the special bolt. That's the washer. That's the special washer, and the collar. So I do have those parts that are new. I can actually tell that they're new. They're nice and shiny. I do have that special washer. It's a bit different in color. Must be a different type of material. And I do have that special bolt that actually has a thread locker. So I will be using that. I will not be reusing the old one because the thread locker is clearly kind of gone. I actually had to undo my other side so that I can put everything in. And now I might be able to do just that. If only my exhaust was not in the way. Okay. Kind of isn't in the way now. There it is. It's nice and installed. Alright, so as you can tell, the collar is in between that bracket on the motorcycle and the center stand. Now you have to slide that in, nice and snug, and put that special bolt in. So to tighten it, you will need a good old-fashioned 14mm socket. Alright, that's good enough. So it's fairly free to move. I wonder where it stops, because there is a chain in the way. We'll see how that goes. Alright, since both sides were installed, I did this, I did that. Let's see, install the spring hook as shown. Spring hook, okay, that guy. The guy is a part. The separate part, where is it? Where are you? Where are you, my friend? Oh, yeah, here we go. That's the spring hook. It's that little guy. See, everything is in plastic and hard to see. That's right there, but I will certainly rip the packaging open and apply grease to position shown. So both on the spring plate, both openings, that's the spring hook, has to be installed on the, oh come on, they should have told me. That would be on our left side. On the left side, because there is a hook on that side as well. So we'll do that right now. Alright, the spring hook position is actually this guy here. So on the where the special bolt is, which would be your left side whenever you're sitting on the bike, you have to screw that one down. And the size of that is your 12mm socket. Just like as always, nice and tight. Alright, good enough. You don't have to rip it open in half because that material of the hook is not that great. As I said before, we get the spring plate, which is this guy, that guy. We put grease in both of the holes and we'll put the grease on the hook itself that we just screwed in. Right here is kind of an inconsistency a little bit. Grease here, right? And grease here. But yet you attach both of them together. So why would you grease both of those parts? I just did the spring plate itself, and this is where the spring hook goes. And we'll attach this guy to the spring hook. The spring plate has two sides, right? With a notch and without a notch. So this is how you have to place it. Right over. Yeah, actually I don't know how to put it anymore. Simply because yeah. I'll have to play with it a little bit. Oh, that was easy. There you go. Here it is. Okay. So, and to remove it, well, actually I don't want to remove it, so I just got it on. So you just had to come close on the other side to the center stand and push it right in. Okay, this one is in. Well, that page 8 lasted us like 1.5 to 2 hours. Simply because I had to retract my steps and remove the damn exhaust. And now the VFR has no exhaust at the moment. I'll be putting that back on, obviously, whenever I'm finished with the center stand. But this is how everything looks at the moment. There's that spring hook on that side. You have the right side and the left side attached. And now you have to play with the springs. I really don't like the springs, but I had to reattach one of the springs on the center stand on the 750, so I'm kind of familiar with that. So for that, you will need a big boy and a small boy. So that's the small spring, small boy, and that's the big boy. The big boy comes with the rubber hose over it, or whatever you want to call it. It is a hose. Come on, it's a rubber gasket. And you have to attach one into the other. Something like this. So apparently they'll be connecting at the same spots simply because they're twisted in the same way. So, alright, I'll continue. It says, install the assembled spring as shown. First install the spring hook, then install the spring on the main stand. The spring installation should be performed by 2 people. Wow, while one person holds the motorcycle, the other person installs the spring. I was able to put the spring on the 750 alone with no problems. That is interesting. Alright, in any way. Short, long, okay, spring plate, center stand size, or side, spring installation direction. So this guy goes, okay, and that guy goes from the inside to that hook. Alright, let's go and install it. Well, I was able to install both of the springs. It took me about half hour because I don't have a spring puller or anything. Come on, focus. Here you go. So that's the bottom of the spring attached to that hook on the center stand itself. And the top of the springs, both of them, as you can see, there are 2 springs, one inside of the other, attached to the spring plate itself, and the spring plate itself is attached to the spring hook. So I'm not sure how that works. I will be installing the catalytic converter, obviously, in my exhaust bag, because I did. Where's my exhaust? Right there. I had to pull it off so that I had enough room to work with. And with that, we'll continue. Alright, just wanted to share with you guys before I start assembling the rest of the fairings, which will be tomorrow. Well, actually, it is tomorrow already. It's 12:45 a.m. Everything's attached. Yeah, the biggest massive job was actually not the springs, but to put the exhaust in between the damn center stand and those those right here, those clamps, those flanges, because it feels like they were not from this motorcycle, but obviously they were, because I took them out. But now everything is fitted, and tomorrow will be the grand reveal. Alright, the struggle is complete. The Centerstand officially is on. I have a couple of suggestions for you guys before you start the job if you want to do the same thing. First of all, get another person involved, because it is really a two-man job. I did everything myself, but it's not that I didn't do it without the struggle. I spent about 10 hours for this job with complete disassembly, obviously with the plastics off and on, and with the exhaust on and off, and changing the coolant and removing the radiator. And second of all, get the spring puller. Very important, because I did everything with the pair of pliers. It was complicated, but I did it. I did it twice actually. I had to remove those set of springs, but I put them back on. Very hard. Don't do it. Get a spring puller. But now I can actually demonstrate that this Centerstand actually works. Here it is, guys, the Centerstand on the non-deluxe model VFR. Thanks for watching. I know this episode was very long. I didn't want it to be very long, but as I said, the job was very complicated and it was a two-man job. I could have done this in probably half the time with someone else working on it. But again, did it myself. It is doable. Do it yourself. Centerstand is very helpful and very cool. And all VFRs should have it. But in any case, have fun. We'll see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.